From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabitha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm Nikodas.
And I'm still Grebog. I'm a real Grebog, maybe? I don't know. This is episode 183, Commendations for All. As you can see,
and you get accommodation, and you get accommodation. Sorry.
As you can see, I have re-enabled our affiliate status. So for those that want to support us, you can subscribe, follow, whatever. Use those buttons on the bottom. The heart gets you a thing to tell you, hey, we're gonna go live, or we're going live. Then if you want, you can also use your like Prime subscription to help us make a little cash. All proceeds goes towards either hardware to keep the show running, or potentially we'll put it into ships. So we'll see. But
yay!
And if you don't want to use Amazon's or Twitch's thing, we even have coffee. Not work. Oh no. Oh well. I think I can do it this way.
ko-fi.com/Grebog. So there you go.
Yeah. And that's another way. They take less of a cut. So yeah.
Tabby will not be joining us tonight. She is doing work-related stuff, so we wish her best on her career advancements, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Work, yo. Keeps people busy.
So
oh.
You go first. How's your week been?
My week's been interesting. It's been cold. Like it was 3 degrees yesterday morning. That's cold. It can stop doing 3 degrees. I'm good. I'm winter you can finish. I'm ready for spring.
Good. I know people that would disagree with that, but I am not one of them.
But
I want the warm weather. I don't even care if it rains. I just want the warm weather.
But let's see. Outside of that, I've been playing, WoW still raiding. My raid team, we are all the way up to heroic tendril. Or some people call him T Swift. Not to be confused with Taylor Swift. That's a whole nother entity, being, person. But yeah, we're working on tendril. He's an interesting fight. There's a lot more chaos going on and a lot more damage, which makes it a lot more challenging for healers and people. If they mess up, they die faster. Let's see. Outside of WoW, I had D&D, or well, I guess technically Pathfinder on Sunday. I nearly killed my party. Pathfinder is a lot more brutal. Pathfinder 2e, for those that want to know. It's a lot more brutal. So a moderate fight, which is what it was, nearly took out it could have easily become a death spiral. I bent some rules, or as a DM, I guess I conveniently forgot them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because otherwise we would have had a permadead player. And yeah, it could have become a death spiral if it wouldn't have. It's fine. So if you are looking for a TTRPG that is a little bit more
crunchy,
yeah, Pathfinder 2 is definitely the system. It's an interesting system. I don't know if it's my favorite system. I still like when dealing with groups across the internet. It feels easier to keep the game flowing in 5e because things are a little more simple. I'll just say that. Though I also don't know Pathfinder 2 as well as I do D&D 5e. So, let's see. Anyways, that's enough of me. I've been playing STO, doing my dailies, got my dilithium from the red alerts and stuff like that. Yeah. So, Nikodas, how's your week and what have you been up to?
My week, I am still dealing with a work-related injury, so I am not doing my normal job. I am used to only working 2 days a week, and while I'm working less hours than what those 2 days per week usually give me, I feel like I have less free time because I'm working 5 days a week and it's throwing off my sleep schedule. And I've been a mess. So, frankly, I have not done a whole lot of gaming. I got my dailies done on STO. That's really about it. I did start playing Sea of Stars, which is a newer but still 2D RPG. It's a lot of fun. And then because I have access to it, I started playing the Game Boy Color stuff on the Nintendo Switch that just came out this past Tuesday. So that's kind of been a thing. They added Golden Sun on there, which is one of my all-time favorite RPGs. So I started playing that again, which is a lot of fun. I didn't get very far. Again, playtime has been down, but I did play a little bit. D&D. So in response to Augie, Grebog is actually a very good DM. The issue is the system itself. Pathfinder is just designed. It was designed for those players that felt D&D 5e was too easy or too much in the player's favor. So Pathfinder 2e is a much crunchier system, and it is designed that way on purpose, and it does its job very, very well. Personally, I do not like Pathfinder. I am playing in the game. I like the story being told. I even switched my character's class with DM permission in order to kind of fill or be able to react to the crunchiness a little bit better. At least I hope so. But ultimately, I don't like the system.
I even gave you a story on how to change your class.
Yeah, and it worked out really well. I like the story you're telling. I just don't like the system. But that is just me. And I know there's a lot of people out there that really love it, and to each their own. But this is not a D&D or tabletop role-playing podcast. So, let's move on. What about this week in STO?
I mean, we could do probably a D&D or TTRPG podcast. Anyway, yeah, so this week in STO, they announced this last week, but it's still on sale and it's still new, so I'm still talking about it. Mud's Disco Inferno Mega Bundle has been patched, so now that it shows the proper artwork for the bundle.
They fixed it.
I know I teased about it last week. So yeah, the bundle is 50% off from now until the 25th. So if you want it, now's the time to get it. I would not get the mega bundle in my personal opinion, because normally all the extra stuff outside of ships is not as valuable as the ships themselves.
Well, and frankly, it seems like the only important ship that doesn't seem right. The only recommended ship. There you go. That's a better
the best
word for it.
Ship
is the D7.
Yes. However, do note this is one of the few bundles when you pick your 3 choices in the choice pack. You can, if you pick all the ship options, you will get 4 ships for the price instead of just 3, because you get a choice pack between 2 of them, so you can just claim that choice pack again and get the other one. So, of the ships, like, so it has the Discovery Flight Deck Carrier ship pack, which has the D7 or the it's the Constitution carrier from Discovery. Then it also has the Jovian Intel Heavy Raider and the Bool Sentry vessel. I'm more interested if I were to pick it up, which I may eventually someday, is get it for the D7, and I'm curious about the Baul Sentry Vessel. I don't know that how much I would play it, but it just the console intrigues me, just to tinker with. But yeah, anyway.
Talking about bundles, there is a bundle sale that started today. This lasts through the weekend to the 22nd. All ship bundles and expansion bundles are 35% off, and all the mud bundles are returning, and I believe they are also 35% off. Let me look.
No, the mud bundles are 50% off.
Okay, so the mud, there you go. The mud bundles are 50% off. All the other bundles are only 35. So there you go.
So if you're looking for ships for mud bundles, now is again a time to do that. If you go to the Play Star Trek Online blog page, they are putting up a post. They have a post. Typically, what they do in the past is every day they update that post. They don't put a new post. They just update the free anniversary giveaway post and tell you what today's giveaway is. Today happens to be for ship slots. Tomorrow we don't know yet, but we have seen things in the past from tier 5 ships, elite services packs, or inventory, like various slots and services. There might be inventory slots, bridge officer slots, it's up to the whims of the devs on what we get. Sometimes we'll get uniforms.
One year they actually gave us a tier 6 ship, but that was only once.
Because of the way this anniversary is themed, I would not be surprised if you do not already own the next generation uniform, that might become an option this year. So I'm not saying it is. I just would not be surprised. I have no inside information.
Not yet. Talking about this theme, the next season, let me get untongue-tied. The next season starts this coming week on the 23rd. It is titled Star Trek Online Both Worlds, named for the Best of Both Worlds episodes in TNG. There's a new episode coming out called The Scorpion's Abyss. There is a new TFO, The Battle of Wolf 359. Now, this is not a time travel thing. This is going to be a holodeck recreation, very much like the Battle of the Binary Stars. So it's a recreation. It is a training scenario. Take that as you will. According to the blog post they released, it is, in fact, a single Borg cube that will be facing off against 5 players. I am not sure what they are going to do to this to make it a credible threat. It even says on the blog that we all learned a long time ago that a single Borg cube is not much of a threat. Take that as you will. Season 31 is, so this will be season 31. The event is called King and Collective. It requires 40 daily progress points to get the reward. You get 2 points. You can earn up to 2 points per day. That's 2 for the episodes, 1 for the TFOs, and the particle stabilization event. Let me get on tongue-tied again, which is coming back. The reward is the Tier 6 Kittimer Alliance Rex Pilot Escort. What a mouthful. It is a 5-2-1 weapon setup. The consoles are 2 engineering, 4 science, and 5 tac. It has Commander Tactical seating, Lieutenant Commander Universal seating, Lieutenant Commander Engineer Pilot seating, Lieutenant Tactical Miracle Worker, Ensign, and Ensign Science. So it is 2 different seats. Neither one is the commander seat, however, like most freebie ships. Take that as you will. The console is called the Elite Alliance Squadron Beacon. The clicky calls in 4 Alliance escorts that will assist you. They're random on which ships come in.
Actually, I think it's going to be one of each. You'll get 1 Romulan, 1 KDF, 1 Dominion, and one federation, and they're going to be the escorts that have been known, like the Defiant.
And each one is a little different. Obviously, the weapons they fire will be different, but some of the skills they use will be different as well, or the abilities they use. This console also has a passive 8% crit severity and 10% flight speeds. So that crit severity is going to be helpful in a lot of different builds. Again, take that as you will. The exotic weapon it comes with is the inertial Polaron Shunt. The weapon damage is based on the flight speed. So the faster you're moving, and the more damage it will deal, and the more rapidly it will fire. The trait is called Inertial Supremacy. Yes. Wesson attacks during AoE firing modes. Is that?
I was tired. Okay.
Weapon attacks during AoE firing modes reduce foe damage, resistance rating, and it scales based on your flight speed. This is the first Alliance ship that also has 2 wingmen, very much like the Dominion Vanguard ships, and they confirmed that. So again, take it as you will. They missed a section 31. Because it's season 31. Gotcha. So I love the look of this ship. I don't know that I will use it a whole lot, just because it's not what the players consider to be full spec. I would want the commander to have the commander seat to be the specialty seating, so you get access to the best abilities. But I get why they did it. It's a free ship. So I'll probably fly it for a little bit and then, put it aside and go back to my legendary ships. That's me. So coming with this, they're also allowing elite random TFOs. So you can queue now for well, not now, but on Tuesday, you'll be able to queue for elite TFOs. Instead of giving you bonus marks on these, it'll give you the elite crafting materials to be able to.
Well, no. Yeah. So you're going to get the random. So like the bonus stuff that you would get doing a random normal or random advanced, you're still getting that. On top of that, they're adding in as to the regular bonus is you're also going to get your choice of elite crafting materials, rather than based on the type of TFO you went to. So if you are someone that is trying to make isomag consoles, you could just run random elite TFOs, and you don't have to worry about going after the specific TFO anymore. So if you are dead bored of seeing the same elite TFO over and over and over again because you're farming for getting those isomag consoles, you no longer have to do that. You can now just hop into elite randoms and you pick what you want, which is, to me, a good option. And you're supposed to get more of the elite materials as well. And then we're going to get a new lockbox, and they talked about a little of this in the 10 forward as well. The lockbox is the last generation, and obviously with this we're getting lobby items. All these items will be based on the Star Trek Picard Season 3. The ship that is in the lockbox is the Duderstat Miracle Worker Science Spearhead. I'm not going to go into all the details on it because they did put it up on the show or in 10 forward. If you want the information, it's out there. It's again it's a lockbox ship, so it's going to take you a lot of money to get a hold of it, I guess would be a way to put it. There is a interesting console that is going to be in the lockbox. It's the Atham Prime Fleet Museum Beacon. The interesting part is the on use is summons a hero ship from essentially you're calling from a random hero ship from the museum to come assist you. And this can be the Voyager, Defiant, Enterprise A, Enterprise D, Stargazer, Saratoga, or Lexington. It does have a default of cooldown reduction on all bridge officer abilities, and also starship damage control. It gives you a bonus and starship shield regen. So it could be a decent tanky console because of that. So if you need to heal up faster, could come in handy. Also they announced that the Starfleet 2401 uniforms, they said in 10.4 that they would be in the lobby. Though Thomas also hinted there is going to be another method to obtain. He did not say how because he couldn't remember at the time. So that could be either we might see them as one of the anniversary freebies, or we might see them as they might one of the giveaways. So normally like Alienware and all the other places that they give out codes and whatnot, we might see something out there drop with the uniforms. We'll have to wait and see where that other method is going to be. Also to note, the Worf's weapons from Picard were going to be in there. The Kurleth and that includes the built-in phaser pistol and the hilt. Because if you remember, he pulled out the hilt and started shooting people. So that will be interesting. I think they said it was going to be the third action button is going to be you be able to shoot people with the pistol. So that'll be kind of, actually I kind of dig it because I like melee weapons at times when the enemies are close. I just hate it when they're like they like run away. I'm stuck, trying to figure out what to, I either have to switch weapons quick, or this gives me an option. I don't have to switch weapons. I can just start shooting them with the pistol. But yeah. And obviously this is not everything that's going to be in the lockbox. I'm sure there's going to be more items. That's because I only said a few things. So also the artwork on the weapons, Worf's weapons are really, I really dig it.
I do happen to agree with Worf. Swords are fun.
All right.
All right. So our primary target today is those pesky commendations. So we're going to talk a little bit, and then we'll show you some stuff. Not that we haven't already been talking a little bit. Sorry. So right here's the list. So you open this up off of the DOF window. Down here should be the first thing in the overview. There's your list. There are 11 commendations in total. Diplomatic, science, engineering, military, exploration, espionage, medical, colonial, trade, development, and recruitment. These are all raised through your duty officer missions, and usually you'll see, like, there's diplomatic, there's the list, science, etc., etc. So they're in there. You can also go to your department heads and pull up the assignments that way if there's any available, and go from there. There are some tricks to raising these. There are items that you can get from the Phoenix prize packs, which I meant to buy some ahead of time and I did not, so bad on me. But you can get these CXP boost, Commendation Experience Point boost packs from the Phoenix prize packs. You can buy them on the exchange. Sometimes Lockboxes will give them out, and you can actually get them occasionally as rewards from certain duty officer assignments. And they give you a pool that sits up here in this window. I've currently got a bonus pool of 19,284. So as you complete duty officer assignments, I think it's a 20% boost on whatever it gives. That's a guess. I know that if it's going to give you 300, it will make it 360, which is 20%. So I think that's what it's supposed to be. Take that as you will. Which I have said a lot today. I need to quit doing that. Now, the reason that I am out here by the Dyson Sphere Gateway is let's go to the Solene. Because there is an area in here that gives a lot of very high rewards for some duty officer missions. And what you want to do is when you get in here to this loading area, the space battle zone contact will take you right to it. And as soon as you spawn in, you might need to move up just a little bit, but you're going to get in this little cage area here, this little golden dome, as people were calling it online. And you'll have this button show up on the right hand of your screen that says DOF assignments. That is the only way to access these. If you go through the normal menu, they will not be in here. So you have to go into it this way. A lot of these are 5 or 6 hours long, and they give you a bunch of CXP. Like this one that I've got pulled up right now gives you 638 science experience. That is very, very high. So you can run these. Now this is very good for espionage, military, engineering, and medical, although like obviously you can find science in here as well. They're just not as common as the other 4. I actually need to come in here and finish this off. As you can see, I am trying to get 6 of these mastered at 4. I currently have 4. Medical is at rank 3. So I'm working on it still. Medical I need to get maxed out, and then recruitment is the other one that's really easy to do. Although it does require a little bit of energy credits. Let's see here. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. Wrong menu, Nick.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, wait.
Do you want to talk about this part? Since I'm kind of talking everybody's head off today.
So well, also I wanted to mention for those that like, since you said like these are 638 in here for experience for their school, when you're not in here, you typically only get between I've seen them as low as 30-ish up to like on average they only go to about 60 somewhere, 65 or somewhere in there. Yes, you can find some that are much, much higher. Those are very rare and hard to find. Just most of them will be much more between like that 35 to 65-ish.
The Boff are retreating.
But yeah. So we
I was just going to go through the list a little bit and talk about like some of the rewards and stuff. No need to go through all of them since most of them are similar, but I was going to go through a little bit.
So for the commendation ranks, what used to be a very notable one, what was diplomacy used to be one that it would affect your missions. Having a higher diplomacy sometimes gave you special options that when you were talking to people that you would get basically a fast track to get to the next stage of the mission. You wouldn't have to I guess go through loops to get them to agree with you.
Diplomacy is the only one that does that.
Yeah.
But that's because originally diplomacy was its own stat. That was before the commendation system was created. Diplomacy was its own thing, and you could raise it by doing repeatable missions. And as a reward, they gave you special dialogue options in certain missions. Some of them are still in the game. I know like the Lost Dominion is a big one where it gives you a bunch of different options in conversations. But there are other missions that do as well.
Also, a big thing to note here in the diplomatic, if you wonder why some of your captains have a transwarp to Deep Space Nine and some of them do not, you probably didn't get your diplomacy to rank 4 on all of your captains. Because if you look in the rank 4, there is a transwarp to Deep Space Nine that you unlock. You also get a special in diplomacy, a special bridge officer candidate from the enemy faction. This is where many of the Federation players get their Orion ladies to run around with them.
Guilty.
There is other options than the Orion women. It's just that I think is one of the most common choices. Diplomacy has the most benefit out of all of them. There's titles at the end of each one of these. You also, every tier, every rank you go up in one of these schools. I don't know how skills. You essentially unlock a duty officer. You get at rank 1, it's going to be a green quality, a free green quality. Rank 2 is another green quality. Rank 3, you get a blue, and rank 4, you get a purple. Now, one thing to note: yes, you've unlocked the free ones. Once you've unlocked that level, so you can then go to Lieutenant Farah at the Federation Academy and talk to him, and he will sell you for dilithium other duty officers. That the one, like, you'll see that you had a choice from him, and you would be able to pick one for free, but then the other ones that you didn't pick, you could buy with dilithium. So just because you picked one and realized that then there's 2 good choices that you wanted, you can go buy the other one. And hello, Master Dude. Also, that's a good thing to note, though, is also, like, Lieutenant Farah is the person, like, let's say you closed the window when he offered you the free thing, the free duty officer. You can go to Lieutenant Farah, which looks like Nikodas is running that way now, and pick up the free duty officer that way. There will be a token that he essentially gives you that it doesn't show up in currency anywhere other than his little window. Left. Other side.
There we go.
Yeah, he's the Cation.
So I got it pulled up now. And there they all are. I do not have a tier 3 for that one.
But there's titles involved with each one of them. There are accolades for each rank. The title is typically saved for rank 4. Some of them also, they will let you replicate emergency versions of some of them. So like engineering, emergency engineering holograms. Military would be emergency security holograms. But not all of them allow you to do that. Now, there is something to note between KDF and Federation. Like, we have Espionage. Instead of Espionage, the KDF has Marauding. I believe that's the one that they flip. And Marauding is a big one for KDF. It's a great way for making dilithium, if you know how to do it. And it is also part of the requirement for the KDF recruit to max out your Marauding to rank 4. But
I had some things to collect. This is also where you can come to increase your recruitment, and this really is the easiest way. It's time consuming, but it is very easy. So talk to the personnel officer. Go to exchange officers, and then essentially you're going to pick a very rare. So you will pick one of these, and then in 5 seconds it will turn it into 3 blues, and it will give you 300 CXP. And then you go back to the officer, you'll go to the rare, and you'll downgrade those 3 blues into a total of 9 greens. And then you'll go back over here to the uncommon, and you'll do the 9 greens into 27 whites. Now, it used to be that dismissing officers would also give you CXP. I noticed the other day that is no longer the case, at least for the white ones. So instead, I donated them to fleet projects. If our fleet didn't have one set up, then I would go into the Armada and donate them to the fleets in the Armada, and that's how I would get rid of them. But I discovered that going from very rare to the 3 blues, so purple to the 3 blues would give you 300 CXP without the boost, 360 with the boost. The blue to 3 greens would give you 150 without, 180 with, and then the greens to 3 whites would earn 60 CXP with the boost, 50 without the boost. So one officer, if you take one very rare, it's going to give you quite a bit of CXP if you take it all the way down, and each step along the way takes 5 seconds. So it just becomes time consuming because you have so many you're going to do, because you get the 1 purple and then 3 blues and then 9 greens, and then you can donate the 27 whites. So it can take a while, but you're going to ramp up a lot of experience by doing so, and that really is the fastest way to raise your recruitment. Now, you can do it the longer way. You can go to find the recruiting missions that are all over the academies, and just recruit a bunch of officers. Some of those take 20 hours. Some of those take a couple hours, and they usually give you maybe a couple dozen to a couple hundred points each, depending on the length. That can take a while, but you can certainly do that, or you can just fly around space and try to find recruitment, uh, you know, duty officer missions. That way, again, the rewards are going to vary a little bit, but this is the absolute fastest way.
Oh, and I think Master Dude is correct. Diplomacy gets flipped to marauding for KDF.
Yes. Yeah, and marauding is, they get a lot of the same rewards. Like if you get to tier 4 in marauding, then you can recruit a duty officer from the Federation. And they upping your marauding also gives you the diplomatic options in conversations, which confuses me, but it does. So again, take that as you will.
And there is a decent path for those that don't know to, if you're trying to do marauding for KDF side, there is a branch. Let's see. I was running it for a while. I think it went all the way from the Hobbit, or no, was it? Yeah, I think the Hobus sector, maybe, or was it one over? Yeah, Hobus sector, because Nimbus is in it, and it went all the way down to, I believe, the Donatu sector, and then over to Kronos, and that is where you would find most of your marauding missions. There was a little branch for Ryza. I was like, I know Mim sent me the image once upon a time, and it helped me get my marauding. But yeah.
Now, why would you want to do this? So a lot of these will give you stuff like the lithium and whatnot, and the other rewards you get from duty officer missions. So just over time, you're going to raise these anyway, even if all you do are the special duty officer missions that pop up occasionally throughout the year. However, the recruits each have a special duty officer that they can give you, and a lot of these are really worth having, and they all end up being account unlocks. Like the gamma recruits here, if I can get this done, which is what I'm trying to do, they give you an officer called Elder Malikatan, who increases your damage. It's like, I think, a 10% damage boost across the board for space and ground, if you slot him in one of your active duty officer slots. That is widely considered one of the absolute best duty officers in the game for almost every build.
I don't have him unlocked yet, so I can't show him to you. I'm working on it. I know the temporal recruits have a similar officer, Temporal Agent Barrett. It says bonus experience and expertise. Grebog, you know more about that one than I do.
Yes, I actually have him unlocked on. Well, it's another account wide. So once you unlock him on one, you know, with the Delta or your temporal recruit, you can get Temporal Agent Barrett, and the only thing they offer is increasing the amount of earned experience points and specialization points by most sources by 5%. It's not a lot, but if you are farming experience, wouldn't be a terrible one to throw on quick as an active duty officer, and then you could get some bonus experience. Comes in handy, and yeah.
The Klingon recruit also has one, Adept Pa, the Witch of Nimbus 3, which reduces your recharge time for tactical team and buff. Is that her only ability? Do you have Adept Pa?
Let me switch. I believe. Well, I think this. Well, I was like, is this one KDF only, or is this? I swear I've unlocked it.
I don't know if it's an account wide unlock or not.
It should be if I put it in the notes, because there is one. Yeah, Adept Pa right here. Account wide. Recharge time reduced for tactical team and buff starship weapon specialization on use of tactical team. After activating tactical team, reduces tactical team's recharge time by 8 seconds and gives you plus 10 starship weapon specialization, which improves critical hit chance with weapons for 10 seconds.
Okay, so it does more than just the standard tactical team. Okay, that's good. I was like, you can get so many officers that reduce the recharge time for tactical team.
Yeah, it's
like that seems odd to give to such a rare officer, but there you go.
It's
now
not the
why she's rare.
Not the best bridge officer or duty officer, but I mean, if you don't have any good ones, it could come in handy, I guess. Better than nothing.
Yeah, I agree, Master Dude. At least out of the ones that we were talking about, Malikatan is by far the best out of the recruit ones. But that's another reason why you would want to get, your ranks up. It takes a while. You got to get 6 of them up. So I'm working on it. I'm not there yet. Grebog's ahead of me.
There is I was like, there is another duty officer Klingons unlocked, but it is different and it's not account wide. And it's not a bad one. It is so Beknefru. And it's from getting your 2,500 ambush kills and a chance for stacking crit chance buff on firing energy weapons, but that is only for your KDF recruit. So it is not a bad bridge or duty officer. It just is an account wide.
I wish it was. It would save quite a bit of money. That would be a nice one to have account wide. All right, so that is all the information. We actually went through everything faster than I thought. That is all the information I have on commendations. Use those CXP boost. Use the Undine Battlezone. Raise them up.
Well, there is there's a little more. There are some lockbox special missions, and so in lockboxes, a lot of times they will drop these. It'll be like command codes or secret message or something like that, and you can send your duty officers on these special missions. They reward a variety of experience and yeah, and rep for the like the school that they're part of. I could switch over. I have some on one of my characters.
So I didn't actually have those on my list because everything I read online was recommending people not to do them because of the cost.
Yeah, the only reason I would say don't buy them If you have them, you have them. There are some special rewards that you can get from them, like a rare duty officer out of it. You can get some, like, I think they say that they'll give you like 1,000 experience or something to that effect. But then they can give you upwards if you crit like 24,000 experience, which the amount of money that they want for on the exchange for them isn't worth it.
But if you're opening lockboxes and you get a few, go for it.
And the reason that, like, yeah, like they're sitting in this guy's bank, and the reason they're just sitting in the bank is because anytime I've ever tried to sell them, they don't sell because no one wants them half the time. Let's see. Oh, I have other stuff. I have all kinds of crazy crap in here. As people are seeing, my bank, my bank's a mess. Here, research assignment is in Kethy intelligence briefing. That is one of them. Let me drop it in my inventory. So it'll bring up a mission. It'll give, it says 5,000 or 5.7 thousand experience. They have no school associated with some of these, as you can see, which means it's not going to help you level up your duty officer skills at all. So if you're looking for Commendation experience, probably not the way to go. Yeah.
So, did you want to do the daily? Wow, there isn't a daily, is
there? There isn't a daily. Here, let's see.
But you want to do a rando to finish out?
Sure. Do you want me on my tank or do you want me on something else?
It doesn't matter. You're on KDF, right?
No, I'm on. I mean, I could go to KDF if you want.
Yeah, let's switch over to KDF tunes.
Because if we're gonna just do a random,
yeah,
I need random still.
Anybody want to join us while we get characters set up and stuff? We'll just do one. Unfortunately, I work tomorrow morning, so I don't want to be up all night. But we'll run one here.
Sure.
And then next week, we are going to cover the new event, right?
Next week, we will be going into the new event. We'll probably... Do you want to do the TFOs or the mission first?
I'm
game for whichever. Because typically we won't have time to do both.
Let's take a look at them during the week and we'll decide then. Let's see. Anybody say they want to join us? Yeah, I know you did, Mem. I'm sorry, man.
Master Dude. Do you have Master Dude?
I do not. Let me start inviting people. Let's see. Mim is on the wrong character.
We're on KDF side for those that don't know.
Okay. Revan at Master Dude 94.
Yeah.
Revan, huh?
And Mim is on his alt.
Would help if I typed in the right thing.
Oh, I saw an interesting thing the other day. Someone spotted a white raven. Oh, I guess Mim wants Wish. Wish.
Yeah, I've got Wish on there. Is Master Dude on? He's on a Fed. No, he's on a Romulan.
He's on a KDF side Romulan.
Says the allegiance does not match.
For Master Dude?
Yep.
Oh.
Allegiance does not match team.
Well,
Oh, he's on a Fed Aligned ROM. Do you have a KDF character you can switch to? If not, we can all switch back to Fed side.
I know we make things so challenging. Playing the wrong faction.
We are still trying to boost our KDF fleet, so that's where the marks are needed most right now.
All that, and I'm still working on my KDF recruit, getting all of his completions done. I have 8
That's
more
fair.
goals to complete.
Varilla at Master Dude. There we go. Okay.
Well,
All right. Okay.
we were going
got
to
our
queue
team together.
random. I guess
Yep.
we could. Yeah.
Can't do elite yet, so we'll do advanced. Here we go. Wee woo. Oh, let me drop Memento down here real quick. There we go.
We
Hi,
would.
Vince.
Oh, hold on. Let me put. Forgot Discord is not on. There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
can you? I've had that not work sometimes.
The Tholians have
Oh,
captured
hey.
a number
Even
of the strong
even with opposing factions, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, I will keep that in
Random
mind.
work.
Here.
In fact, if you want to test it, just so you can know that you've done it after this one of those can hop. Just so we can say we've done it.
All right, here we go.
Our time
Here we
is
go.
limited.
Here we go. Here we go
Stay
again.
focused, plan your
Somebody's
attacks,
in the new ship.
and
Oh.
save as many ships as possible.
Romulan minefield.
Every loss is critical.
Or not
for my people.
minefield. This is
Azure Nebula.
Yeah.
yes,
The
that
Tholians
one.
are using their energy webs to
This
track
one
your
got
ships.
revised. Not that
Target
long
and
ago.
fire at the nodes connecting the webs. If you are caught inside the web, try to destroy one side of it and escape
I found
before it collapses in on you.
on the jelly here, because they just respawn so much, it's a good jelly map.
It just means there's some downtime.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, downtime, boo boo.
A Faustus dreadnought is escaping.
And also, I am. Y'all probably already knew I am streaming as well.
Oh, good. Hello, Mim stream.
I think the only person currently in is a hungry pack of ghosts. He did a blurp when I first started, so I don't know if you know he's there.
A blurb, huh?
But yeah, it's a huge library of sound effects, and you can make it, channel point reductions, or you can make them, bit reductions.
Now on this TFO, as we have covered before, I usually just swing back and forth
Tholian ships
between
are on the
these
way
two
here.
asteroids. That's
Yeah,
usually
that-
good enough for me.
Typically, that's all I do is go back and forth between 2 asteroid sections and call it a day. Though
I shake my
apparently
head
the
back and
person
forth.
that came with me to help clear out this one decided, hey, you're going to get the tractor beams. I'm going to go somewhere else.
I got 2 of them.
No, I'm not with you.
Oh, I thought you were. No, Wish is with me.
I'm with our random person.
I gotcha.
You're with Silly.
Delon Warbird is escaping.
It's fine. I just, what was,
Atalis Warbird is escaping.
I don't know. Surprised I was going to be by myself.
You can take it.
A Delon Warbird
Well, I was
is
just doing
escaping.
tractor beams. It just goes faster when you have
two people do it. Brakes! Brakes! Where's the brake?
Oh, here they are. Who needs brakes? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Or brakes. Well, that turned fast.
As now I'm just sitting here waiting for people to spawn.
I always remember, do you remember Ernest Saves Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Air brakes.
Yeah.
Who was the villain in that movie?
There wasn't.
Escaping.
Okay. I was wondering if you knew it or not. Look here, I'm going to give you a random test.
Other than greedy capitalist pigs, in my opinion.
Now, in Ernest Scared Stupid, the villain is the troll from the movie Troll.
One interesting thing is, Ernest came from doing Purity Dairy ads in my home state of Tennessee.
Really?
Yes.
Now that's an interesting tidbit.
He developed the character, it's like Vern, and I think he also did natural gas ads. Because for some reason natural gas is good.
I still go around and say, "Know what I mean, Vern?" all the time. It drives my teenager crazy.
He was a class act in the good way. Because he died from lung cancer. But he never let the kids in the movies see him smoke.
I remember hearing that.
And it's one of those... I would put him up in the same range as Bob Ross in terms of good people.
Anyway.
No,
hey, we're blowing stuff up. It's all good.
I was hoping to bring it back more to Star Trek, but it's fine.
I gotcha.
all good.
So has there been any development on Legacy? I haven't heard anything for a while.
A Talis warbird is escaping.
I did see a thing about Star Trek Worf the other day, so apparently that's not completely dead either. At least not from the fans. The studio might feel differently.
Well, my understanding, it's a comic book series. They, yeah. He was able to push for it long enough that they decided at least a comic book series. It doesn't mean it's dead as a show potential, because they have taken some stuff that from comics to movies. I don't know any Marvel-like things that would do that.
Hey, you left early. Oh no, you didn't. I did hear Klingon Pop Warrior. She did something in season 2 that she can't talk about yet, and she's just eager for when she's finally able to talk about it.
Now, who's that?
Season 2 of Legacy?
Season 2, Prodigy. She's the one that does all the Klingon songs. Retranslates them and all that from English. Jen Bomb, I think is another name.
Okay.
Is her, yeah. And so, she did a bunch of translating for Prodigy. English, Klingon, and such. And in one scene she said in season 1, she actually did a voice.
But she's done something interesting for season
fun.
2. Okay.
Cool.
Somebody's over here assimilating.
Did audio die for y'all?
Audio has died? What?
No.
I still hear everything.
Ooh, we got a tarantula here.
Sorry, I think something went funky with my headset.
Oh, I gotcha. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, Verizon.
Didn't Sprint steal him for a little bit? Or T-Mobile?
He's not in a good place. He's not a very good guy.
Oh, well.
That's the problem with some of these people that they pick for spokespeople. Sometimes they turn out to be not what they thought they were. Because the Subway spokesperson that they once had turned out to be not the person they thought he was.
Oh yeah, we're not going to talk about what he did, because I know that's just deplorable. But
oh,
yeah.
Hey, your assimilated ship is chasing you down, just very slowly.
Hey, turn around!
Come back. I love fire at will against these guys.
See, with the Rex coming in the AoE bonus thing, that'll work well with a cannon scatter volley build.
Yeah, that actually looks like what they want put on the Rex is a cannon scatter volley.
They definitely want you running full throttle the entire time.
Yeah, but there are some other starship traits that could go along with that too. I'm gonna try to put a build together for it as a hit and run thing and see what happens.
I'm going to I'm going to start a spreadsheet for us to work on, because I would like to see us put together a build close to when people are claiming the ship. I'm not going to buy it out. And my thought was to keep it anti-proton, because that is what it comes with. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Anti-proton, probably CSV, maybe fire at will. CSV might be easier though. And I don't think we've done a CSV build before in any of our videos anyway.
Didn't we just? I thought we just did one.
Well, other than the fact that my Thursdays are usually work days, that is actually a build I would love to figure out.
A Haypax warbird is escaping.
Oh, there it went. Okay. Do we have enough time to do one more?
20 seconds now.
All right.
We have enough time to blow them up. Just blow them up.
I'll go see if I can help Varilla here. Although it might be done by the time I get over here.
Isn't the Rex the first ship?
I am quite impressed with
that.
The Tholians are abandoning their base.
As I was thinking, has
ships with them.
The pilot commands, like the roles and all that. I think we were talking last Monday and such, and Augie can help confirm it's the first free, 100% free ship that's had that.
Maybe. All right, guys. So I need to bail. I need to go ahead and take off. I'm actually about 10 minutes late.
We can end the show. It is that time.
So next week, we're going to be hitting the new event, probably the new TFO. We'll see. Maybe TFO and episode, depending on length. I'm curious to see how they're going to make one Borg cube be a threat to 5 players. So that could be fun. But yeah, other than that, see you out there.
If arms don't want to do it, protect the weak and the strong.
Live long and prosper, and we'll be right back to raid somebody.